Hello students, welcome to my channel. Today our topic is Introduction to Spreadsheet. Okay, so this is the video lecture on spreadsheet. Go to the next slide. So what are the concepts of spreadsheet? Basically, spreadsheet is a configuration of rows and columns, or you can say that the spreadsheet is a collection of rows and columns. Okay. Number 2, rows are horizontal vectors while columns are vertical vectors. So columns works in this direction and rows work in this direction. Okay. A worksheet is also known as the spreadsheet. Okay. So the basic function of worksheet is it is used to record, calculate and compare numerical or financial data, and each value can either be an independent, that is basic value, or may be derived on the basis of values of other values or variables. Okay, so the derived value is the outcome of an arithmetic expression and or a function, that is formula. So we will be looking about derived value and basic value on the next slide. So basically spreadsheet application is a computer program that allows us to add, that means enter, process the data. Okay, so we can say that a spreadsheet is a collection of cells. Okay, so here the examples are at the below. So all these are the examples of free spreadsheet software. We regularly use Microsoft Excel, another one is OpenOffice, then Lotus 123, and all the examples are there. So all these softwares are freely available on internet. Okay, go to the next slide. So now we will understand with the help of MS Excel, simply Excel 2007. Now already you have seen this picture. Here this icon or this button is known as the office button. This button is used to open an old workbook or create a new one, or can save the workbook, or can print, which were earlier available in previous version of Excel in the file menu. So basically this button helps us to open a new workbook, save a document, print the document, send the document, close the document, and to create new workbook or worksheet. Okay, so if we click on this office button, then all the options are here will be available. Okay, so by clicking on the particular icon we will have the particular function. Okay, so this is office button. Go to the next slide. Next is quick access toolbar. We know beside the start button there is the toolbar is known as the quick access toolbar. Okay, so under the quick access toolbar normally we see all those options. Okay, here it is for print option, here it is to save the file, here it is undo, here it is redo. Okay, so the basic parts of the quick access toolbar or the basic tools available is save tool, undo tool, redo tool, and to print the document, print tool. Okay, so a small toolbar next to the office button contains shortcuts for some of the most common commands. Okay, so this is quick access toolbar. Now we'll learn how to replace quick access toolbar below the ribbon. We know what is the ribbon. Okay, so what are the steps? Click the drop down arrow at the end of the quick access toolbar, that means this. If you click on this drop down arrow of the quick access toolbar, then select and click the show below the ribbon option in the customize quick access toolbar. Okay, so if we click on this drop down arrow at the end of the quick access toolbar and then click the show below the ribbon option in the customize quick access toolbar, then the quick access toolbar will be replaced below the ribbon. Okay, look at the picture below. Okay, sorry, look at the picture below. This is the picture. Okay, go to the next slide. Here it is a picture of worksheet and all the points are given there. All the points means all the components are given there. So we will be looking one by one for all these. At first it is, so all the components of a Excel worksheets are shown here. So number one is office button, already you have learned about it. Then quick access toolbar beside the office button, and here this is the name box A1. So name box actually contains the address of a particular cell we are selecting. Okay, now this is the formula bar. Then whatever we are selecting the cell or the cell currently active is known as the active cell. All these are the columns heading, that is starting from A2 going on, okay, to the right side. All these are the row headings starting from 1 and going to the bottom. These are the sheet tabs. Normally the sheet 1, sheet 1, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 are the default sheet tabs. Then below it is the bar is called status bar. Okay, then here sheet tab scrolling buttons here. Okay, then horizontal scroll bar. Using this scroll bar we can move the page right and left. Okay, and using the vertical scroll bar we can move the page up and down. This is workbook window. Here we have to work whatever we have to do. Here it is zoom control. We can magnify the page. Okay, next is view shortcuts. Here all the options are available. Okay, if you want to see normal view, then you have to click here the shortcuts. Here normal, page layout, break layout, page break, preview, all the shortcuts are available here. All the views or the layouts are here. Okay, then on the top it is title bar. So title bar is the bar that displays the title of any project. So whatever you are giving the name of your current project, the title bar shows the name here. Then the ribbon, under the title bar there are so many options are called or known as the tabs: home tab, insert tab, page layout tab, formula, data, review, view. And under the tabs, all these are known as the groups. So tabs and groups together makes the ribbon. Okay, so if you click on the home tab, we will get clipboard, font, okay, clipboard, font group, alignment group, number group, styles group, sales and editing group. So all the groups are available under the home tab. So tab and groups together makes the ribbon. Okay, now one thing you have to learn, already you have learned it. Suppose I am selecting this cell. So what is the address of this particular cell? Now look for the column, it is under, here it is the B and the row number is 7. So the address of this cell will be B7. Okay, and this name box will hold this address here, so that it is known as the name box. Got it? Okay, now another thing is that here all the seats are available, seat 1, seat 2, seat 3. So default value of seat is 3, and then there is the icon. If you want to add more seats to a document, then you can click on this particular icon. Okay, go to the next slide. So all the definitions are here. What is workbook? It is a file in MS Excel that holds the worksheet. So workbook is basically like the book, and worksheet is the sheet or a page of a workbook. What is toolbar? That displays commands that are commonly used for easy access. Okay, next, name box. Name box displays the address of the active cell. What is the formula bar? This formula bar displays the contents and formula entered on the active cell. Next, status bar. It displays the information about a selected command. Next, select all button. It selects every cell in a worksheet. Next, sheet tabs. Sheet tabs display worksheets in the open workbook. Then comes row headers and column headers. So basically all these are used to identify a row and a column. Active cell, the cell that is currently under work is known as the active cell. Scroll bars includes vertical and horizontal scroll bar, and 4 arrow used to move the screen display horizontally or vertically. Okay, so horizontally means to move the page right and left, and vertically means up and down. Then title bar, already learned, that displays the name of the program. Then minimize button, maximize button and restore button to minimize the page, maximize the page and restore the page or the window. Okay, so look all these definitions here. Then go to the next slide. So what are the main features of MS Excel? Basically MS Excel provides us 3 basic property. One is database, that means list. We can create database using the Excel. We can create worksheet or a sheet or the spreadsheet using the Excel, and we can also make the chart or the graph using the Excel. Okay, so these are the main 3 features of Excel. Go to the next slide. So what is electronic spreadsheet? So currently, to get the idea about the spreadsheet, we are taking the example of MS Excel. Okay, so MS Excel is basically one type of spreadsheet where we can do calculation, chart, create the database. Okay, so the spreadsheet looks like this sheet. Okay, so here are the rows are there vertically and all the columns are there horizontally. Okay, So rows are numerically from top to bottom, while columns are referred by alpha characters from left to right. In Excel 2007, there are 65,536 rows which are numbered as 1 to 3 and to 65,536. These numbers are shown on the leftmost portion of the worksheet. Okay. So total columns in Excel is 256 are identified by the letter such as starting from A, and it is going like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and then AA are shown on the horizontal box just above row 1 here. Okay, go to the next slide. Now the question is, what is cell? Actually, all this rectangular box is known as the cell, individual cell. So a cell is basically the intersection of a row and column, or you can say that a cell is identified by a combination of letter and a number corresponding to a particular location within the spreadsheet. For example, already we have shown that, suppose this is the cell. So what will be the address of this cell? Okay, under which column it is, that is A, and row number 1, so the address will be A1. So A1 is the active cell. Got it? Next slide. Now term is range. What is range? Range means to select two or more cells is known as the range. Suppose here in this picture we are selecting B5 to B14. Okay, here we are selecting B5 cell to B14 cell. Suppose it is B14, so it looks like the range. So you select a range when you want to perform an action on a group of cells at once. Okay, so if you want to select two or more cells, it is known as the range of the cell. Go to the next cell. Next is function. So what is the function? A built-in formula includes the argument as well as cell references and other unique information is known as the function. So here the function is used sum. So here sum function is used. So sum function works on B2 cell and B3 cell. So basically the function of this function is to add the value that is inside the B2 cell and B3 cell. So B2 cell means this 112 and B3 cell means 857. Okay, so it is the example of function. Got it? Go to the next slide. So what do you mean by basic and derived values? Suppose taking one simple example, if quantity Q of an item is purchased at a price P, then the value of that item P is derived as follows: V equal to Q into P. So here P and Q are the basic values we are using, and the product is known as the derived values, that is V. Okay, next part is each cell has a unique identification called as cell address. So now we will be looking at cell reference. What is cell reference? A cell reference identifies the location of a cell or group of cells in the spreadsheet, also referred as a cell address. Okay, Already you have learned about the cell address, how to write any cell address. Cell references are used in formulas, functions, charts, other Excel commands, and also refer to a group of range of cells. Okay. Next is range. Already we have learned about the range. Now the important part is, by default cell reference is relative. Okay, so there are three types of cell referencing. One is relative, another one is absolute, another one is mixed. Okay, so relative means that as a formula or function is copied and pasted to other cells, the cell references in the formula or function change to reflect the new location. It is known as the relative cell reference. The other cell reference is absolute cell reference, which consists of the column letter and row number surrounded by $sign. Got it? So basically we write the address of any cell using the letter, that means column letter, and then the row number. But if we use $sign, okay, then it is known as the cell reference. But the difference between absolute cell reference and mixed cell reference is that if we write the cell address using $sign for both column letter and row number, then it is known as the absolute cell referencing. So an absolute cell reference is used when we want a cell reference to stay fixed on a specific cell, which means that when a formula or function is copied and pasted to other cells, the cell references in the formula or functions do not change. Got it? But in mixed reference, it is also a cell reference that holds either row or column constant when the formula or function is copied to another. Example is there. Okay, either row number will be surrounded by $sign or column letter will be surrounded by $sign. Okay, so basically you will learn later about all the cell references, but here you have to just remember the definitions. Go to the next slide. So here it is autofill. So what is autofill? The autofill feature fills cell data or series of data in a worksheet into a selected range of cells. If you want the same data copied into the other cells, you only need to complete one cell. If you want to have a series of data, for example days of week, fill in the first two cells in the series and then use the autofill feature. So what is the autofill? What is the autofill feature? Suppose we have written here 4. Okay, so the next number will be 5. So we don't need to write it again and again, 4, 5, 6, 7 again and again. So what to do? Just we have to drag fill handle to complete the cell. So whatever number you want, you have this fill handle to the cell, particular cell, and it gives you all the numbers continuously. Okay, so if you drag this fill handle, it gives you 4, 5, 6 continuously. It is autofill. Okay, so autofill features basically fills cell data or series of data. Go to the next slide. Next portion is how to insert cells, rows and columns on your worksheet. To insert cells, rows and columns, we have to place the cursor in the row below where you want to add the new row, or in the column to left or where you want to add the new column. Then click on the insert button here under the cells group of the home tab, insert, then click this drop down arrow and all the options below will be shown here. Number 1 is insert cells, then insert sheet rows, columns and sheet. So whatever you need here, if you want to insert row, then you have to click here insert sheet rows. If you want to add columns, then click on the insert sheet columns, and if you want to add sheet, then you have to click on the insert sheet option. Okay, now the point is how to delete cells, rows and columns. Again, also like insert, we have to place the cursor in the cell, row or column that you want to delete. Okay, then first you have to click delete button on the cell group of the home tab, and there, like insert button, you will have 4 options available here. Then whatever you want to delete the particular option and click the option. Okay, so if you want to delete the cell, you have to click here. If you want to delete the sheet rows, you have to click on delete sheet rows. If you want to delete columns, you have to click delete sheet columns. If you want to delete sheet, then you have to choose the option delete sheet. Okay, so by doing it you can delete cells, rows and columns on the worksheet. Next is find and replace. So find and replace option is very much popular in Excel. If you want to find any particular word or letter, then you can use find option, or if you want to replace this word or letter with another, then you have to use this option find and replace. So to find the data or find and replace data, click the find and select button on the editing group of the home tab, then choose find or replace. Okay, then this window will come. Here you have to choose whatever you want, find or replace. Okay, if you want to replace, then we have to click on the replace button, and then we will have the option find what and then replace with. Suppose we want to find the word pointer and replace it with pointer, so you have to write it in the specific cell. Then if you want to replace one place, then you have to click replace, and if you want to replace all over the document, then you have to click on the replace all. Okay, if you want to use find, then you have to click the find button here, and then you have to write the word or letter whatever you are trying to find here, and then click find all or find next. Find next is to find one by one, and find all means to select all the letters or words at a time. Okay, go to the next slide. Now it is spell check. To check the spelling, already we have the option under the review tab. Okay, so under the review tab, click the spelling button to check the spell on your document, or you can use the shortcut key F7. Okay, so it looks like that. Next, now we have to know about the Excel formulas. So what are the Excel formulas? A formula is a set of mathematical instructions that can be used in Excel to perform calculation. Formulas are stated in the formula box with an equal sign. So we know this is the formula box, and here if we write formula, you have to beginning it with an equal sign here. Okay, now there are many elements to an Excel formula. One is references. So what is reference? The cell or range of cells that we want to use in your calculation is known as the references. Operators means symbols that specify the calculation to be performed here. And then constants. So constants means numbers or text values that do not change. Okay, and then the function, predefined formulas in Excel. Okay, so all these are the basic terms in Excel formula. Go to the next slide. So to create a basic formula in Excel, the procedure, the steps are there. At first you have to select the cell for the formula. Okay, then type equal sign here, and then put the address of the cell, and in between those cells or the cell address you have to put the sign, and then press enter key. So you will get the answer. Here it is the example. So in this first cell it is written 25. So the address of this first cell is A1, and 11 is written in the cell A2. Okay, so if you want to sum these two values, so here in the formula bar we have to write the formula. So we have to begin with equal to sign, then put the first address. That means you have to write down the address of 25. So address is A1, and then sign, and then second address, and then press the enter key. We got the result 36 on the next cell. Okay, so this is the procedure to create the basic formula in Excel. Go to the next slide. Now Excel function. So already you know a function is a built-in formula in Excel. A function has a name and arguments, that means mathematical function in parenthesis. Okay, so common functions in Excel are sum, average, mean, max, count. Sum means to add all the cells or the cell values in the argument. Average means to calculate the average of the cells in the argument. Mean means to find out the minimum value. Max means to find out the maximum value, and count gives us the number of cells that contain a numerical value within a range of argument. Okay, so Excel formulas. To calculate a function, we have to do the following steps. At first, click the cell where you want to apply the function. Then click the insert function. Okay, or click the insert function button. So if you click on the insert function button, then window will be shown, and here you have to choose the function, what type of function you want to choose. Here all the functions are available here: sum, average, if, hyperlink, count, max, mean, sign. So choose the perfect one. Okay, and then click on the OK. Got it? So here by doing all this procedure you can insert any function. Okay, go to the next slide. Now the function library. So a function library is a large group of functions on the formula tab of the ribbon. These functions include AutoSum, recently used, financial, logical, text, date and time, math, and trigger. So all these functions are available under the function library option. Okay, so it is on the formula tab of the ribbon. So click on the formula tab and then you will have all the options: AutoSum, recently used, financial, logical, text, date and time, look up and references, math and trigger, and all the more functions. So basically function library is a large group of functions. Now the part is how to link to different worksheets. Okay, to link different two worksheets, suppose you want to use the value from a cell in another worksheet within the same workbook in a formula. For example, the value of cell A1 in the current worksheet and cell A2 in the second worksheet can be added using format sheet name, then exclamatory sign, and then cell address. The formula for this example would be A1, because A1 is the cell value of the current worksheet, then sheet 2 and exclamatory sign, then A2. So A2 is the cell of the second worksheet. Okay, so here we have to write A1 plus sheet 2 exclamatory sign and then A2. So it gives you the linking of worksheets. Okay, so how to write it? It looks like that way. Okay, so here under the formula bar you have to write first source file. Here source file from where you want to select the cell or the cell value, then source sheet. Okay, that may be sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, anything, and then the address or source cell. Okay, so here we are using the absolute referencing $B $4. Okay, 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 go to the next slide. Now the option is sort and filter. Sorting and filtering allows you to manipulate data in a worksheet based on given set of criteria. So this is the option of sort and filter. So this option gives you the facility to sort or filter the data. So if you want to execute a basic descending or ascending sort based on one column, so at first highlight the cells that will be sorted, then click the sort and filter button on the home tab, and then at last click the sort whatever you want, ascending A to Z or sort descending Z to A button. Okay, so if you want to sort the cells A to Z, then you have to select it, and Z to A, then you have to select this. If you want to sort this using the custom sort options, then you can sort the cells by some conditions. So custom sorts looks like that. If you click on the custom sorts that already available in the previous slide, so it looks like this. Okay, it looks like this. So to sort on the basics of more than one column, at first you have to highlight which data you want to sort by. Okay, so you have to click here sort by. You have to click here the drop down arrow, and all the options will be available here under sort by. Then click sort by. So the steps are, at first you have to click sort and filter, then custom sort button on the home tab, or click sort button on the data tab, then specify the column on the sort by which will be sorted and specify the order A to Z or Z to A, then click on the OK. So here, after clicking on the custom sort, you will have all the options: sort by, sort on, and order. So select one by one to sort your data on a particular condition.